Also make use of a B-10 cannon in that specific ambush.
Here was a battle between the guerrillas and Kufut.
What exactly were the guerrillas coming to do here?
They were told to organize themselves, to prepare for themselves to wait for UNTAC people to confine them to the bases or to hand over their weapons. We know that they didn't come just on Sunday or Saturday, but they have been already here before the implementation of Resolution 435. They thought the war is over, and that's what they told the people, local people here. The war is over. We are told not to shoot any South African defense force or Kufut or so on. We are here only waiting for UNTAC people to tell us where to go.
Planned combatants were entitled in the first place to be in their own country because they are Namibians. They could not have invaded their country. They have been inside in the country. They have been fighting inside in the country for the past 22 years. Secondly, they were entitled under 435 to be confined to base and monitored by UNTAC. And that's precisely what their Commander-in-Chief, President Yuma, instructed them to do. That's what they were seeking to do, and they were attacked by South Africa.
Ahtisaari strongly disagreed with that interpretation of the United Nations document.
I know that there has been interest from Soko's side to keep their people in the bases if there are some in the country. There was even a proposal in early part of the negotiating process from our side, from UN side, to put them, if we found some here, into designated locations. But that was never accepted by South Africa, and it has never been accepted in the negotiating process.
The Geneva Protocol, signed in August 1988 by South Africa, Cuba, and Angola, sought to clarify the uncertainty on this point.
It does not talk about planned combatants inside Namibia. It talked about those planned combatants that would be north of the Namibian border, outside of Namibia, that they should not be south of the 60th parallel.
UNTAC, however, did not have any structures in the north of the country on the 1st of April. During this month, about 300 guerrillas were killed by the South African troops and their surrogate forces, the Southwest African Territorial Forces and Kufut. The casualties on the South African side were much less. The evidence before international ballistics experts proved that many of the dead guerrillas were rounded up and shot at point-blank range.
Evidently, they were stationary and they were executed from behind. There are no frontal body wounds below the neck, where in a battle situation you would constantly have wounds throughout the whole body, not concentrated around the neck and the head.
My main task was to get this exercise back on track, because I was seriously concerned that the events in April would stop the whole exercise.
The fighting in the north of the country during April was much more intense than ever before. As could be expected, all eyes were turned on Marty Ahtisaari.
What I think is absolutely number one priority at the moment, in my discussions with the Administrator General when I return back, to get a ceasefire and end the killings in the north, and try to contain the situation so that we can proceed with the implementation of 435 in an orderly manner.
Around this time, there was the meeting, the tripartite meeting as it was called, as the group was called, that was to take place at a place known as Mount Icho here in Namibia. It is at that time that South African Foreign Minister Botha, I think accompanied by his colleague Magnus Malan, the Minister of Defense, the South African government set up, the Angolan delegation and the Cuban delegations came to sit at Mount Icho to discuss a number of issues, and this crisis was also picked up there. Around this time, at our level with Mr. Ahtisaari,